Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Monday, October 27, 2008. This morning I thought we'd take a brief look at the inspector because there are a number of features of the inspector that people don't know exist. And to explore that, I'm going to look at some instances of blog entries from the server, and they happen to be stored in a BOSS file, so we're going to BOSS that in and inspect the results. And the results are a collection of blog entries. Now, the inspector comes up like this. Normally, it wouldn't come up with this pane at the bottom. It's because I almost always have the evaluation pane turned on. This is the way you'll probably see it come up right off the bat. And the way I normally do things is I have the evaluation pane up so that I can do things like go down here and start writing code. So I could say something like self-do each transcript show each category. And assuming that I spell transcript right, I can go down here, do it, and you see up there, it put all that out. So the nice thing about the evaluation pane is that immediately you can start scripting against your objects. That's one thing. Up here you can take a look at the tabs that come up in the default inspector. Basic just gives you back the old-fashioned basic inspector that you're familiar with from way back. And methods is an interesting thing. This shows you a browser of the object you're looking at, in this case an ordered collection. Let's go back over here though and go down one level, so we'll dive. And this is one thing you can do. You can dive down. Double-clicking would also do the same thing. And now if I go in here to the methods, it's a little more interesting because instead of collection, I'm looking at my blog entry. Now another thing that's interesting about this, and let's turn the evaluation pane off to get more visibility, is that I can look at inheritance directly in line. Instead of having to go to a hierarchy view and scroll up and down like you do in the refactoring browser, I can turn visibility on and off of things that are in my hierarchy. So I turn on object. Now I get everything that is in this chain. So I can look up and down here and I've got everything, or I can turn that off and all I've got is blog entry. So that's kind of a neat thing. Now let's go back to basic. And another couple of things you can do here, let's go to history. You notice it'll show me everywhere I've been. If I go to explore, this is kind of neat too. I'm on focus. Let's go to parts. That'll show me everything over here in kind of a three-pane view. It's more interesting if I do this though. Let's go back to this level and go to parts here. Now you see over here I've got my collection. Over here I've got the instance that's in the collection. Then over here the thing that I happen to have selected in the instance variables. So that's kind of a neat view. I can jump back, and if I go to explore again, I can go to visited, and it'll show me a historical view of where I've been. So that's kind of a neat thing that I can get to, and again, I can go up here to the menu and get other options up here. Go just, again, gives me options that I can get from the context menu, like dive and forward and back. So some cool things that the inspector allows you to do in one pane. I can browse the code, I can explore the hierarchy, I can evaluate code by going over here and writing code directly in line. So I can script my objects and screw around with them. So it's a nice exploratory programming tool and allows you to do a lot of things you may not have been aware of. So that's pretty much it for Smalltalk Daily today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.